Hello, hello, and welcome back to Amá Conversa. Today we have Krystal joining us from where? Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you from New Bedford, Massachusetts
Oh my
at this moment.
God. New Bedford, Massachusetts. So if it's two
Yeah.
o'clock for me, it's like 4 o'clock for you? Or
It's
something?
5:12.
5:12. Okay. So we're gonna have a nice organic conversation today. And I
Okay.
think it's so fitting that today is Dia de Portugal. And we're going to talk about your recent trip to Portugal. And you were sending me videos, and I saw you rocking and rolling. So, can you talk a little bit about when did you go? Where did you go? What did you do? And what were those videos you were sending me?
Okay. So, first question, where was I going? I went to both the Algarve and Cascais in Portugal on the mainland.
God, love that.
And I went in the second week of May.
Yes, because you
Um,
left. I think you and my parents left almost the same day. They left on May 4th, and then you left like around that time too.
yeah. So, I left, I arrived in Lisbon, and then I took like the 3 hour trip, 2.5 hour trip to the Algarve. I was in Portimão.
I've never been to
So,
Algarve, but that is a big dream of mine to go to Algarve.
you know, I still have my preferences.
Oh, what are you saying? That you like someplace else more than Algarve?
Yes, actually.
Oh, wow.
So the Algarve would probably be a 3 day trip for me tops. 10 days was way too much to spend there. I actually didn't spend 10 days there. I got so sick of it. I spent 8. And I went to go see my friends in Cascais for the last 2 days because I was kind of over it. Um, Algarve gives me Miami but cheaper vibes with crappier food. Um,
What?
it's
Are
not.
you serious? Okay, because Algarve for me is very far away because we stay in Vizil. So
Yeah.
our Algarve has never been a place that we went to. Obviously, I think my father went there many, many years ago. We usually go to Figueira da Foz.
Yeah.
Yes, we
So
have my
I
dumplings.
went to Algarve because like I was enticed by like all these caves and the praias and the this and the that. Girl, I'm a lot more low key than I look. I'm not this big time party girl. And there it's like karaoke bars and partying past 8 o'clock. That's what you got. You have
Oh my
like
God.
so food. The food is not top tier.
Girl,
And
when I go on vacation, I need good food. That's what
for
I
a
need. I need
foodie,
good
for a
food.
foodie, for a
Yes,
foodie,
I am a
nah, it
foodie.
wasn't it. It just wasn't
Oh.
it. It was not it. I had so much better food in the north. The
Amen.
food in the north was like 16 times better than Algarve. The food in
Oh,
Cascais, I had a picanha in Cascais that knocked my socks off.
oh,
The
girl, I'm
food in
hungry. I'm
Algarve
hungry.
was like I was near starvation.
Oh my God, girl, that is
I am
sad.
a big girl, so for me not to eat something, querida,
That's
mm,
sad. That's really sad because when you go on vacation and you spend the money, at least for me, I want to eat good. Like I want to
yeah, I was
out of the
not.
box and eat
But
good.
listen, if you want, listen, I would, if, so I do travel, right? So as a travel person, I would say spend 3 days there. Do Albufeira because it's a bunch of feiras and it has like a tunnel that goes out to a beach and yada yada. The food scene trash again. Um, any of those really touristy
That makes
places for
me
me were
sad.
like zero. It was like a 1 or a 2, and that was
Oh my
high.
God, that's really bad. That's really bad.
I did
That's really
not like it. I did not like it. I did not like it at all,
Oh
actually.
my
I
God.
had some of the worst picanha I've ever had in my life, counting the United States at a fusion restaurant.
Oh, girl, that's really bad. That's really bad.
It was like, are we okay? Where am I? It was
Oh my
it was
God.
not it. What I would say is the Benajil Caves. If I were to tell anybody what to do, I would say don't go on the Bruise cruise. Go on a speedboat to the Benajil Caves. It will bring you right in there. right onto the sand. They'll let you get out, take pictures. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Oh, that's very good. At least that was very
Um,
good.
yeah, Praia da Rocha, 16 flights down, but it's worth it because you can actually swim into like a sea cave on the
Ooh,
side of it. So
love.
that's 10 out of 10. Could also do again.
Oh my God.
Albufeira, I love just the vibe of Albufeira, right? Like you go
Mm.
down and it's like people selling pottery on the streets
Oh,
and it's very Cigano-esque for me. It's
oh,
very
that's me,
like
girl. That's me.
it's very, I like it, okay? I
Yeah.
like it Picasso. So, like, I like the tunnel you go into and you come out on the beach and there's like a place to eat right there. I wish
Mm.
the food was better. I
Yeah.
wish the food was better. I wish the food was better. Even the pastéis de nata made me tear up a little and cry because it just wasn't hitting like it was supposed to be hitting. The only the only good food I had there was a tosta mista.
Oh, that's bad, girl. That's so bad. That's so bad, girl. Oh my God.
That's básico.
So you were happy when you went to Cascais. You got maybe a little
Oh my God.
flavor.
When I went to Cascais and I was with my friend who actually lives on the side of Cascais in Paredes. So, like we went into Cascais and like I saw the beautiful park and all
Oh,
the animals inside of it, and there was beautiful beaches and
oh,
there's beautiful like just like structures and like the architecture and there's
oh.
like a church on the beach there too.
Oh my God, girl, that's my alley right there.
Like absolutely phenomenal. Cascais, 10 out of 10. I would say it's a $5 Uber into Cascais from Paredes, and Paredes is cheaper than Cascais to stay in. So
Mhm.
staying in a alojamento is what I would tell people. I stayed with a friend. Luckily, I love her to death. She's actually on TikTok.
Oh,
So I stayed with a friend, thank God, that I met through TikTok actually, and I met her for the first time when I went to her
wow.
house and stayed with her.
That is so cool. See the
Uh,
connections of the internet. You just never know where your friends are. And I love that we can meet each other
absolutely.
everywhere.
And I absolutely loved it, like spending time at her house. Like it was very like authentic. Like I absolutely
Oh,
loved my time there. And she's a sweetheart too. But Kashkai and the architecture with like the rose like vines going up
wow.
like the trellises, it absolutely was very romantic and very
Oh,
seasidey. And
wow.
it was very, very nice. If I were to say, I'd say stay in Paredes in alojamento and then just go right into Cascais. Like if you want a low budget situation, if you want a high budget, they got some fancy,
Ooh.
fancy hotels because it is extremely touristy. It reminds me of a Portuguese Monaco.
Oh my God, girl. I've never been to Miami or Monaco, so I would not know. But geez, that sounds
Like
something I need
girl,
to see.
it's giving. Like
Oh.
it's giving.
Next time I go, I'm going with you because it looks like you know where to go, the good spots. That's where I
Yeah, like it's really giving. As for the Algarve, if somebody's never
made me
been,
sad. You made me
do
sad with
it.
that.
If you're in the Algarve, do like a 3 day stint because let me tell you, after those 16 flights of stairs, girl, you ain't doing nothing else that day.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm so out of shape. That would take
Like
me
my
back.
glutes were feeling it, okay? I'm a fofinha, okay? I'm a chubby gordita, okay? And I
Yeah,
went down
that's
16
the
flights of
thing
steps
with Portugal. We
and I
gotta
went
walk a
up for
lot.
16 flights of steps and I was like, listen, it hurt me. So
Jesus, girl, I know what you're talking about, girl. I
I
may
was like,
look,
listen,
I don't look that big at the top, or but at the bottom is an explosion, girl. What's an explosion?
listen, let me just tell you, like, eu tenho um rabo grande, então
Me too, girl. Me too.
I got a big booty, and to be dragging my big booty up 16 flights of steps, you ain't
Oh,
doing that twice in
honeybee.
one
Oh,
day.
honeybee.
You
Yes.
ain't doing that twice in one day. Like, excuse the hell
Mm.
out of me not doing it. So I'm gonna tell you, for anybody who's in like moderate shape and we're not like rock climbing, okay?
Mm.
Um, we're gonna do a 3 day trip because God bless your glutes and mine. So,
Yeah. Oh my
so
gosh.
a 3 day trip. So like the first day, like you're gonna do like a 4 hour trip. You're gonna look around the little shops. You're gonna go
Love
around
that.
Portimão. You're gonna like go to the shopping. right? You're going to check everything out after you do the boat trip. So that's like the first day that I preferably would do. Second day, you're going to do Praia da Rocha and you're going to sit there and get nice and crispy because we go to Algarve to get tan girl.
Yes,
Um,
you are so tan right now. I love
and
this.
I was so white before, right?
I remember we had a
Um,
talk before. You look so tan now. Oh my God, I love it.
Yes. So that was it. That was the Praia da Rocha. And then the third day would be Albufeira. And then I would go somewhere else. Like I would go to like Cascais or honestly, I would go to Cascais or like anywhere near Cascais because and then from Cascais it's close enough to Sintra where you can go to the castle. Like it's a localized
Intram.
place.
I want to go there so
Also,
bad. So bad. I have a
I
friend
went to
there.
Sintra. I went to Sintra and that's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. And what I would say is the Penna Palace is absolutely 10 out of 10. But what I loved even more is the Quinta da Regaleta, which is the mistress's mini castle with a bunch of secret gardens. And it's very whimsy and
What?
it's very like I feel like a pretty fairy princess.
Girl, I just got the chills on my back. What the hell are you talking about, girl? You must talk to me about this. What the heck?
It's
What the
it's
hell is
called
this?
so it's in Sintra. Penna Palace
Oh
is
my
the main
God.
palace, and then Quinta da Regaleta is like ao lado,
That
right?
sounds
Like
so
in the
familiar. I
vicinity.
feel like I've heard of this name.
And it basically was the kings would make the castles for the queen, and then their side pieces would have like a little something on the
Girl.
side.
Oh my
And
God. That's
but the
crazy.
side pieces low key be having the best shit because one is bigger than the other one. But I like the gardens, like they just
Oh
look
my
like they was having their best life.
Oh my God, girl. I did not know that piece of
I
history.
like the fountains and the gardens, and
I
I
love
like
that
the
too.
statues and like the mermaids, and it's very like whimsy. It's very like witchy core.
Girl, what?
um,
I'm in shockization right now. Like, I need to go
yeah,
there. I need to.
everybody's like, oh my god, go to Sintra, and then everybody just looks it up and it comes up Penna Palace. So everybody and their mother goes there. Quinta da Regaleta, less people, less known, super whimsy for my witchy gals. Head on over.
Oh my God, I love that. That's so unique.
Because it literally you put on your pretty dress with shorts underneath if you're a chubby girl because no chubber up here,
Why, of
and
course.
because you're gonna be walking, and
Walking
then
there.
yeah, and then you're gonna go there and you're just gonna take as many pictures as humanly possible because it's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh my God, I love
Um,
that.
but there's that in Kashkaij, literally. So there's this place that you can go to, and if it's like bad weather, is when you actually want to go there. So if there's a rainy day, you actually have somewhere that you target to go because it's super cool. It's called the Boca do Inferno.
Why am I like, why is Harry Potter coming to me? Why?
Right, it's called the mouth of hell, right?
What
And
the
the reason
heck,
is it's
man?
because it's this rock formation in this cliff
Oh,
that
geez.
literally is a hole into like a valley that is opened up, and there's like kind of like this churchy thing on the side, like a chapel,
Oh my God.
right? And so when the water rushes in bad weather, it roars and it sounds like it's the mouth to hell, right? Like it
Ooh,
sounds like it's just roaring at you.
oh, I can
So even
imagine
on a
that.
bad, so even on a bad rainy day, it's still cool as hell. And you can see like people like fishing off of there, and it's
Wow.
still like I don't know. Like for me, Kashkaij is just like the best of both touristy and like local lore, right?
Yes. Oh, I
And
love that.
so, like, I absolutely loved it there because if you go into Kashkaij, like, you can still see like little tiny tashkas that are going on with like
Love
super
that.
good food because the people that have been cooking there for generations are still cooking in the back. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I love that.
that for me was the best. If I could have chosen what my trip would have gone and what like I didn't know anything, right? These
Yeah.
are all my own discoveries
Yes.
that I'm using as experiences to develop better experiences for my clients.
Yes.
So so when I'm going to these things, I'm thinking, what could I do better, right? I would not spend 10 days in the Algarve.
Got it. And
That's a
so can you
hard.
talk to us about like what you do in your business? Because that is so personal and hands-on that you go out and you scope it out first and you say,
Yeah.
what would be the ideal trip for these people?
So I am a true believer in not putting anybody else into a travel situation that I haven't been through because you learn
Yeah.
something every time you take a trip.
Got it.
So I went a couple times and I went to different places and stayed at different places in the north, so I know what amenities are here, what's best here, if they change your sheets, like
Yeah.
what could I have done better, what
Yeah.
transportation is better. For example, I will send you to the Ribeira in Porto, but I would never tell you to drive there by yourself ever in the history of ever, because that was the fifth level of hell for me. And that parking garage was made by the devil himself with 1 inch to spare. Okay.
No, I did the Uber and the Flixie bus or whatever, that bus thing. I use
Yeah.
that bus for every single thing, dude. I love
Yeah,
that bus.
listen, let me tell you, I
Love that
did a
bus.
rent-a-car because I said, what if my clients want to drive around?
Yeah.
So I will tell you, spend the $5 on the Uber and save
Yeah.
your mental health because
Yeah.
it's
Save your
important.
mental health. I would never. You were a brave woman. I
Save
would
your mental health
never
because it's
drive
important.
there.
I went with my bestie and we both looked at each other and we were like, tomorrow the Ribera in an Uber, but we have to get out of this parking garage alive. We got stuck in a basement floor because the doors were locked on either side and she was banging on the door going, we're stuck, we're gonna die. And
Girl,
I low
what
key,
the
and
hell?
she's my best friend and I love her dearly, but I low key laughed a lot.
That's so funny, dude. Poor girl.
I'm evil and
Poor
I'm just like, we're not gonna
girl.
die, but this is low key kind of funny.
And
Like
she's
the fifth
Portuguese?
level of hell,
She's
just
Portuguese
huh?
too, like you? Portuguese?
So, her parents are half Portuguese and half American, so she doesn't speak
Love it.
Portuguese, but
Mm,
she knows the culture, the food,
yes,
everything, right? And actually, she learned a lot while we were there. Like, she
of
was really
course.
trying to like develop it. After 10 days, like she could get along. Like, she could order
Good.
some food.
That's
Um,
great.
so what I have to say is like sometimes like I would say stay away from parking garages at the Ribeira because God bless you, me, and everybody's mental health. We're not doing that. We're going in an Uber. I
Yes.
will take a taxi even that's expensive as shit. I will literally walk my little ham hocks down the hill before I will.
Before you have to drive and park in the parking garage again in Porto. Jesus Christ. No way.
It was so, and I was in a small car. Somebody tried doing it in a Hummer and got stuck.
Oh, that is so scary, girl. There probably were
Um,
Americans.
I was like, excuse me, eu vou pra casa. Isso
Oh
já
my
basta.
God.
I
And
was like,
you,
I'm so done.
but
I'm
this time
done.
you traveled alone, I think, right?
This time I did not travel alone. I did travel with just like a friend. But I very much was like, these are the things that I want to do and experience, and let's go.
Got it.
I am not the stay out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning every night type of person.
Once in a while, maybe.
So
You're
I
you're
will do
still
it.
young. You're younger than me. I'm 36.
So I'll do it a
I
couple
can't stay
times,
up that late.
but I ain't going to the same bars on the strip 16 times in a row expecting different results.
Oh, you're not one of those, huh? You're not a creature of habit. You like to try new things, see new
Like
things.
I'm going on vacation to see new things. Like once I've
Yeah.
seen it, I'm done. Bring me somewhere else. I want to do something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You want
Like
to get the bang for your buck.
I don't want to sit here and go to the same exact bar with the same exact bartender. Like I'm not a habitual alkie. Like I don't
I
I don't like this.
know. I used to go out so much when I was younger. I can't do that anymore. It's so
So
expensive
honest,
too. Oh
to
my
be
God.
honest with you, I am a nature person. I am a
I love
calm
nature.
person. I am a what brings me peace is what I like to do type of person. I
Yes.
do not like being in that atmosphere for 10 days. Like that's just so out of my character.
Yeah.
So I personally don't like that. And
Yeah.
I personally am a foodie. So that vacation for me was not grade A. I would say that vacation for me, those days in the Algarve for me, I would give it a 3, one for each day, and that's it.
Girl, that is so bad. That really breaks my heart. But you know what? Maybe I needed to hear this because I've
Um,
always like fantasized about going there. But maybe you're like giving me a dose of reality. Like it's really not that great. And maybe I've saw places already that
I
are
mean,
more
there's a lot of
beautiful.
English food. You can get an English breakfast. They'll talk to you in English more than Portuguese. I didn't
Oh,
see
wow.
much Portuguese culture.
Oh my God. Wow, that's really sad and very unfortunate.
I
Yeah.
saw a lot of other immigrants there. Almost nobody spoke to me in Portuguese. Even if I spoke to them in Portuguese, they
Oh
would obviously
wow.
see that I didn't look Portuguese, so they would talk to me in American anyways, like in
Mm,
English anyway.
okay, I see.
There
Yeah.
were a lot of folks from London. They
Oh
were
wow.
like So I would say it was so touristy to the point where culture was lost for me.
Wow, I've actually, thankfully, I've not experienced that yet in Portugal. That's bizarre. And especially for
Whereas
Algarve.
Cascais was touristy, but it maintained its culture. It maintained the architecture. It maintained the tradition. It maintained food standards. It maintained its Portugalness almost. I hate to say it like that, but the
No, it's
essence
perfect.
of being Portuguese,
Yes, and
right?
I think that's so important, especially if you're going on a trip and you're building on a trip for your clients. You want them
Yeah.
to give the most authentic and Portugueseness
If
experience.
you go there, if you go to Portimão in the Algarve, you are going to get an awesome Miami-esque type of vacation. You are not going to get a vacation to Portuguese Portugal.
Got it. That's really good to know. That's actually really good.
Just to let you know, like
Yeah.
you will go to Albufeira and you will see things that you've never seen before, and you will go to Praia da Rocha and you will see things you've never seen
It was
before.
beautiful. I remember your picture.
And the caves of Benagil are amazing, and those are Portuguese in essence.
Yeah.
But when you go into like restaurants or entertainment, or I saw more Irish pubs there than I did in Boston.
That is surreal, girl.
I felt like I was in Southie.
And speaking of which, you popped your a cherry of karaoke in Portugal, right? Let's talk
I did.
about that. Like, how did you feel when you were doing that? Was it scary? Was it liberating? Would you do it again? Like, what do you feel? You have a
Um,
voice, girl. You sing very well.
so I love singing.
Yeah.
I was actually previously classically trained. The issue that I had in these pubs were um the karaoke was 3 octaves lower than I normally sing. So and they weren't willing to like change anything for you. So you had to sing to their octave and that's it.
Oh, yeah, because I feel like at first the octave was a little low for you, but then it was fine. It sounded great.
So I had to force it.
You had to really
um,
try, huh? That octave.
yeah, I had to really force it because that's not where my voice naturally sits.
No. Yeah.
So for me to go that low, like I
Yeah.
really, like it really had to come from the diaphragm.
Yeah.
So it was
A lot of control when it's that
foi
low
muito
too.
esforçado. Like it was very, like at one point, like it was forced.
Oh, okay.
And for certain songs it worked and certain songs it didn't. So I had fun regardless. But
Yeah.
as far as like singing goes, especially when like you know how to sing, right? Like it's not just like I'm drunken in a bar, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you know how to sing, it kind of like you do it a few times and you're like, okay, like like
It's an
I'm good.
experience for sure. Karaoke is more for like you said, usually when you do karaoke, is like you have a little bit of liquid courage. You're like, okay, I'm gonna rock and roll
But
right
I don't
now.
partake in actually in liquid courage because what I was having
Good.
was Diet Cokes. Well, Coke
Oh,
Zeros.
good for you, girl.
So
Good for you.
I don't actually really drink. So for me, I went up there raw dogging it.
Oh my.
Which was fine. Like I generally do that, but that's fine. I
It's all
will
about
tell
being
you,
brave. You are a brave woman. You are a warrior woman. You take the chance. You just go with the
I
flow.
I always do it for the story, man. You
I
always do
know.
it for the
You have
plot.
the best stories. You really do have the best stories. And honestly, I want to have you on Amá Conversa again because I feel like I have a lot more questions,
Okay.
especially about that mistress thing. I'm like, wait, what was that? So I want to have you back on Amá Conversa. You have very interesting stories, and I love what you do because traveling is so fun, and to have someone that you can rely on that's been to the places, who knows what they're talking about. It's so different than booking with a travel agent online. It's totally not the same at all. So God
So
bless you.
I so low key, I've seen a lot on TikTok of these travel agents who are asking people like, where should I send my client? Girl,
Oh my
that's your whole
God.
job. You
That's
should
so
know where
bad.
you're sending your client.
Oh my
Like that's
God.
essentially like if you can't say the name of the place you're sending your client to,
Yeah.
there's so many people who specialize. I specialize in Portugal, particularly the mainland at this point.
Yes.
Like I'm creating a specialty in mainland Portugal.
This is so
And
exciting.
my micro specialty is the north. Like
I
I'm gonna
love
go
it.
to the north so many times. Eu vou ser nortenha, foda-se.
Oh my God. You know what? Universe is crazy because universe is always shocking me, always surprising me. You are literally on the other side of the United States, and she loves the north of Portugal, and that's where my family is from. And so we connected right away. And she's actually, her family's actually from San Miguel, which was very interesting because
Yep.
you love continent.
So it's so funny because my grandmother's side of the family is actually from the north. If you go to the north, you see
Mm.
Desouza everywhere,
Oh,
right? Because that's where
wow.
our family is actually from, is
Mm.
the north of Portugal, and then they immigrated to San Miguel. And my mom's dad actually ended up living out 30 years of his life and dying in Setúbal.
Oh my gosh, Setúbal. Okay, so
Yeah.
there I learned some new things.
So I love the mainland a lot more than the island.
You have a
Just
big
because
connection. You have a big connection.
I do. And also not only that, but I'm also a medium and a card reader, and every
Yeah.
time I go back, I feel like things change a little bit in that area for me.
Yes.
And
Ooh,
it
just got the
expands
chills. Just got the
and
chills.
it
It does.
expands a lot more.
It's almost like
Um
every time you go,
so
it's like you get a new spiritual awakening, right?
So it's so funny that, remember that thing that I told you about the dream and yada yada yada, and we had a
Yeah.
big
Oh,
conversation. So while I was gone, like as soon as I came back, everybody was like, I heard a big boom, a meteor hit right outside of Boston.
what? Oh, so that was what your dream was about, girl. We could not figure it out. We were like Times Square, San Francisco, we could not figure it out. So it was a meteor that fell in Boston.
Yeah,
That's
and
bizarre.
a big boom was heard like across
Wow.
that part of Massachusetts.
Oh my God, girl, you really scared me on that day. It was like hella early in the morning and she called me.
Yeah.
I was like,
And
what
I was
the
like,
hell is
dude,
going on? Scared
I
me.
really felt some type of way.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like it did, like I literally like didn't know what it was, but it turns out that it was really big to the point where it was heard like up to Western
That's
Mass
so
almost, I think it
creepy.
was,
But
or
nobody
something
got
like that.
hurt and nothing destroyed, huh?
Not that anything was really publicized about that.
Mm,
It was off of the coast of Massachusetts. I think it could have
mm,
been worse,
okay.
had it gone any other way,
Yeah,
right? Like it's
yeah,
always like a 50-50 chance of when a meteor is falling.
of course.
And it's funny because none of us were notified about it. I'll talk to you more
Yeah.
about the theories that people think it actually was, because we were not notified that there was a meteor in our atmosphere.
If we
So
were notified, imagine all the other things that we're not notified about, right?
so
That's
we were
creepy.
not notified at all, and then when it hit, they were like, it's a meteor.
That is so creepy. That is so
But
creepy.
everybody's like, if it was a meteor, why weren't we notified way ahead of time that it was coming into our atmosphere and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So there are a lot of different theories down here about what actually happened.
Oh,
Um, but and we have no proof that it was a meteor to date, and everybody just kind of threw it under the rug, and it didn't exist anymore the next day.
aliens. No, I don't know. That is so
Maybe
bizarre.
not aliens, but maybe other things. I don't know.
Uh,
So
I don't like that. I
so
really don't like that.
I think that, you know, my trip to Portugal was a kind of catalyst for everything else to happen here.
Yeah.
I am trying to build excursions to Portugal, but I kind of want to know if anybody is interested.
Yeah, yeah, that's really
So
good.
if anybody is interested in like an excursion to Portugal, I'm going to put out like a survey out there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm going to see how many people actually want to go, because I can build this great thing. I'm just not going to put my money up if people are not going to want to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's going to take you time to construct and gather your people, but continue to put yourself out there and that energy out there, and you're going to be catching your people that fit perfectly for the trip that you're trying to, orchestrate.
So, also, one thing that I did do was I got invited to a lot of fado places.
Love that. Fadu tour, remember Fadu tour?
So honestly, I was thinking of maybe putting that out there as something, right? Like,
Absolutely.
um, I've contacted some influencers to see if, people who follow influencers would like to spend a week with these influencers or 5 days going on excursions with them, like knowing them as people,
That's
right?
so
Day-to-day
cool.
people. And some people have agreed, so I'm gonna try and put my
So cool.
feelers out and see that. But I think that it's important for us to get to know where we're from,
Yes.
get to know the culture, even as Micolenses, even as Açorianos, right?
Yes.
That are not used to the mainland. I know that we have this preconception of, hey, they judge us, but don't we judge them just as much?
Yeah.
So maybe an open ment, right? Like an open
Yes.
mind of like different parts of our culture because it's what built us as a people, right?
Yeah.
Is the little differences that we come together for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
So important.
absolutely I love San Miguel because it's the island that I first visited, right? It's the island that my parents were born and raised on. So I love San Miguel and I love Michelense.
Yes.
But I also really love the north of Portugal. I cannot extend the same love to everywhere in Portugal because for me, what makes Portugal Portugal is that essence, right?
Yes.
Aquela essência de ser português.
It needs to be
Like
there. It needs to be there.
the Portuguese essence, it's the food, it's the talking at little tascas, it's the
Yes.
coffees in the morning, it's the tosta mista and a little cafezinho with you know what I
I'm
mean?
so
Like
hungry now.
it's just like the esplanadas. And
Yeah.
so for me, like it's the essence of community, of being Portuguese that I love. So
I
when I'm
love
in places that are a little less that, I will go for the nature and I will leave for the culture.
I love that. Yes, yes. That's why it's so important. If you're liking this vibe and you're liking what Crystal's talking about, please just send her a message. I mean, even if it doesn't align right now to go on an excursion, it could go, you can have time to go on an excursion in the future. And maybe it's good to make the connection now because you never know where this is going to lead. And I think I'm very excited for you. I want to go with you. Like every time we talk, I want to go with you everywhere. Anywhere
So
you talk about, I want to go.
mind you, the most expensive part of my trip, to be honest with you, is the flight because
Ooh,
everything
yes.
after that, I find the cheapest prices for everything and where you can go. I mean, I would much rather spend $60 a night in an alojamento that has a frigorífico than stay in a hotel room for like 100 and something dollars a night on a cheap one, okay? For not being able to take my leftovers home. I'm a fatty. I want a midnight
Yes.
snack, man. This is not gonna work.
And that's what people need. People need transparency, honesty, authenticity, and people that actually know what they're talking about, people who have visited the places, people who can you can feel secure when you're in a different country, you need to feel secure. And I think that's very important. You want to have adventures, you want to have
Also,
fun, but you want to be secure.
I mean, also, if you travel to a different country and you don't know what you're doing, you want to have 24-hour access
Yeah.
to your agent. And
Yeah.
when you book with me, that's what you get. You get
Oh,
24-hour
nobody else would
access.
do that. Nobody else would do that. That's
You
amazing.
have 24-hour access, rain or shine, no matter what day it is of the week. You can always call me up and be like, this happened. I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, even if I don't know how to fix it, I have friends there that will help you fix it.
Yes, absolutely. That's so important.
So, like, it's also having connection to the place you're at, right? Like, having
Absolutely.
reliable networking connections to be able, and also, like, anything I'm putting you in, I've been to before.
Yes.
So, I already know the workaround of the issue that you encounter. Although I try to think of everything, there may be something new that I don't, but we can always fix it for you. And my whole goal is to have a seamless vacation experience for everybody because I've ran into so many bumps myself.
I love that. I love
I
that so
ran
much.
into so many bumps myself. Days when I went to the logement and I looked at my friend and I was like, I fucked up.
Oh my God. Well, every day we're learning, right? Every day we're learning and
It's
evolving.
like it's especially the first time going somewhere. You're like, yo, I messed up
Yeah. Oh my God.
today.
That has
Hoje,
happened to
hoje foi
me.
uma aprendizagem. Today I learned.
Exactly. Exactly. Every day we're evolving. Every day we're growing. And at least we have Crystal to tell us, don't go there. Don't eat that. Do go here.
Yeah.
Do eat this.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Like, so, and also I understand everybody's palates are different. One thing I will not judge anybody on, and I can't, is because I will take my friends' words on things sometimes because they have a more expanded palate. I don't do snails. I don't do karakosh.
Ooh,
It's
snails.
it's a staple in the South.
Uh,
Okay.
I don't want that either. Don't worry, girl. I don't want snails either.
It's a staple in Lisbon and Cascais. And my friend Sam will fight a person over the fact that she loves sucking on them things.
Uh,
I do not feel the same. So I'm gonna
girl.
take it. I'm gonna be like, listen, if you are adventurous and you want to try a whole plate of karakoj, then you go for it because I will support you living your best life. But I myself will not be enjoying that. I will ask for a picanha.
I think that is the best travel agent ever. I mean, what else can we want, right? Well, thank you so much,
I will
Krystal, for
support everybody in their foodie dreams because there are
yes.
people that are there are a lot of foodies out there that are adventurous and will try new things and want to try everything in the culture. And me, I've tried 90% of it and some I like, some I don't, but I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm just going to be like, okay, well, maybe ask for it as an appetizer or a meia dose, like a smaller dose, and then see how you feel about it.
You're like the
Um,
best friend that we never had and that we're just so happy and say, "Where have you been all my life?" Because that's how we feel when we meet Krystal. We literally need everyone needs a Krystal N in their life. I swear. Well, thank you so much, Krystal. I hope you have a blessed rest of the day. And whenever you want
you
to come back on
too.
Amá Conversa to talk to us about anything you like, the doors, as portas estão abertas, okay?
Obrigadinha, querida. Thank you so much,
Thank you
amiga.
so much. Beijinho.
Beijo.
Bye-bye. Thank you.